Hello, and welcome to this OpenTopography video tutorial. My name is Chelsea Scott, and in this video, I'm going to be discussing what a digital surface model is and how you can make one on OpenTopography. To get us started, let's look at the three images that you can see on the slide. So the first is a digital surface model, and here we're seeing a topographic hillshade that shows us the shape of the top of the landscape. So we can see the buildings, for example, one right here, and we can see the trees. The middle is showing a digital terrain model, or DTM, and we have another video on these. And this is showing the underlying landscape with the surface features such as the buildings and vegetation removed. And the right is satellite imagery to help you get oriented. This area is in Flagstaff in northern Arizona. So a digital surface model is one of multiple types of data that is gridded or sometimes called a raster dataset. And this is a digital representation of topography. And in this case, the elevations are presented as a grid of squares or pixels. For example, here on the right, you can see a grid of squares where the elevation of each point is printed in the middle. And if you've seen other videos, you've maybe seen this before, but here we're looking at a pyramid, the highest elevation, in the middle being 400, and then lower elevations, in fact, 0 at the edges of the raster dataset. And so here, so we have this continuous surface where Z, which is the elevation, is presented on a grid with regular spaced points in the X and Y direction. And it's important to remember that these data are really, they're not true 3D, they're really 2.5 dimensions because features like trees and overhangs, while they are 3D features, they only have one single elevation. All right, so now we're going to look at two different examples of digital surface models. So digital surface model shows the elevation of the Earth's surface. So this includes buildings, vegetation, and other features that you see at the Earth's surface. So here we're looking at an example of a digital surface model, specifically the topographic hillshade in the Great Smoky Mountains of North Carolina. And here we can see this shape here, sort of patchy shape, and that is representing the top elevations of the trees within the forest. To get you oriented to this being a forest, here you can see the same area in satellite imagery. All right, and here is another example. And here we're looking at an urban area in Atlanta, Georgia. And here we have the topographic hillshade where we can see the road. Here we have the football stadium for Georgia State University. And we really see that structure of the football stadium. We can also see trees and other buildings. So again, here with this digital surface model, we see the built environment of Georgia, or of Atlanta. And so there are many applications of digital surface models. For example, in urban planning, these can be useful for measuring building height. For forestry, they can be used to measure tree height, along with the common canopy height model. For utility planning, they can be used to assess infrastructure clearance. And then related for solar energy planning, you can look at rooftop orientation and shading from trees or other buildings to assess the solar energy potential of a particular area. For aviation, they can be important for identifying obstacles that might get in the way of a plane or a drone. And then for flooding, they can be useful for identifying features at the Earth's surface that may alter how water flows. All right, now how to make a digital surface model on OpenTopography. So first you want to go to the data page, which we have shown in other videos, and select your data set of interest. You can then come down and you'll be presented with the set of available data sets. Now for data sets that have two options, get point cloud data or get raster data is great. There's two different ways that you can make a digital surface model. If you only have one of those, I'll show you also how you can make a digital surface model with just that one option. So the fastest way is to say get raster data, and then that will allow you to process layer types. For example, you can then check the box to make the digital terrain model, and if you want, also the digital surface model. And going this way will really let you process often bigger areas, and you'll be able to get those data sooner as OpenTopography is just sending you the pre-processed raster data. The other option is get point cloud data. This is longer. If you have the other option, raster data available, I do select this, or often suggest that you select this, but this get point cloud data can be very useful for customizing how you want to process the data. So you'll want to then, once you select this, you want to go down to window number 6, custom DEM generation, local gridding. And then here you'll want to, in gridding method, select calculate Z max grid. And so then OpenTopography will perform this local gridding. And you do have some options here. For example, the gridding resolution. Our default is 1 meter, especially for for higher resolution data sets, and this can often be a good place to start. You can customize the processing more. For example, you could grid to 0.5 meters, but I would suggest doing this with some caution. For example, you might want to have at least 10 points per square meter. Recall that we do want more than 4 points per square meter, which is sort of the minimum for half-meter resolution gridding, as when we are doing this gridding of just that maximum elevation points, which is Z max, we're already filtering out a lot of points, so we do need a larger data set. All right, thank you for watching this video.